Pro players are often very particular about their setups. Whether it's their in-game settings, the way they hold their mouse, or even the way they sit, there's a lot of little things that players do to make themselves feel more comfortable. But one person's comfort is another person's nightmare. And over the years, we've seen some pretty weird stuff in esports.
My setup might be a little bit weird for some people. I've got like a split keyboard and I use a wooden wrist rest on the left hand and I have 2 mouse pads stacked on one another.
But before we start talking about some of the weirdest setups, just a reminder that we have merch. Head to shop.thescore.com and check out our esports collection. Now that spring is here, a new tee might be exactly what you need in your closet. And now, let's get into it. Kicking off our list, we have one of the most cursed mouse grips you'll ever see. Twist is one of the best CSGO players in the world, but you wouldn't know that looking at how he holds his mouse. Most people hold their mouse with some type of palm, fingertip, or claw grip. And Twist does use a claw grip, but it's not your average claw grip. In fact, it's pretty odd.
Also, you guys have seen the mouse cam, my mouse grip. I have a very overextended claw grip, kind of known for having a pretty weird grip.
So why the hell does Twist hold his mouse like that? Well, it's actually because of a sponsorship.
Team Liquid had a Razer sponsorship at the time, and I had to switch to that battery. And it's a pretty big mouse, and clawing it isn't always viable. So to compensate, or I guess adapt, I overextended my fingers so I could still claw the mouse and feel like I'm in control of it.
That mouse grip is absolutely cursed, but it also has allowed Twist to win like almost every trophy in CSGO, so I guess there's that.
Sure, Rops falls out of the round, but Twist is still a threat out behind the big box. Another on the tally. Twist is on a mission! 4 out of 5! One more to find, and these 1v1s have been where FaZe thrive. Baits the shot, Nathani's moving in! But it's Twist!
There is no shortage of weird controllers within the FGC. From Guitar Hero's plastic axes to GameCube keyboards, players have used some pretty ridiculous peripherals to win. But have you ever seen anyone play Guilty Gear with a steering wheel? Probably not.
So it all kind of started on our local Discord. I bought this to actually play racing games on, but when I showed it to people on Discord, they were just like, but can you play fighting games on it? And I was like, why not? I'll give it a try.
At Canada Cup 2018, Initial T took down the 2017 defending champion, Dagura, with a Logitech steering wheel.
Oh yeah, he don't know how to play Soul.
Oh. Okay, goes for a good, a baby conversion.
The ghetto combo.
Does get a combo, hard knockdown.
Bro, just do super.
The clap, did this get him? It got him! And the burst bait on the stage! Initial T!
He lost his burst there every time!
Oh my goodness.
Although he could turn the wheel to control his character, Initial T isn't a complete psycho. Instead, he uses a D-pad for movement and other buttons on the wheel to fight. His setup is easily one of the weirdest we have seen in esports, but hey, if it works, it works. Plenty of CS pros love to sit as close to their monitors as possible.
Time to reveal the answer, and let me just say,
Poor guy.
all of you guys are wrong. The answer is Moses' head because it was 17.8 centimeters.
And look, that sounds unhealthy, but that's pretty normal for Zentaris. There is one player who has posture unlike anybody else, though. Former CSGO pro turned Valorant coach JDM preferred reclining his seat back and lounging, which was slightly concerning for some of his teammates.
Yeah, when I saw JDM lounging, I was a little worried for our team in general.
No one can play like that. And I still believe that. It's really awkward to look at. His feet are like propped up, so he's almost like horizontal.
JDM's posture eventually became a meme within the CS community, but it didn't stop him from fragging out from time to time.
It's a 1 versus 4 AWP. Push out, good shot, JDM. Looks for another, he's got this down to a 1 versus 2. Overcommitment and perhaps a little bit zealous to try and early end this. And another is Kenny gets taken down to the box. What is that from JDM? The ace clutch and we stay alive.
Fasher is just a straight up freak. Yeah, I said it. While some players like to hold W to move forward, Fasher holds mouse 2.
These are my controls. I move forward with right mouse. I move backwards with, I don't know what it's called, but this one. I jump with the question mark. The dot is right, left is the comma, M is crouch. And I play inverted mouse as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. What was that last bit? This dude plays professional Counter-Strike with an inverted mouse? Fasher's freakish settings came about thanks to his dad's obsession with flight simulators.
Yeah, those the type of games he was usually playing, and then I could play for 10 minutes on his lap, let's say that, and then obviously he tells me, oh, this is jumping, oh, this is backwards, this is moving, and then the inverted mouse just, yeah. But you don't know any better, you just learn it, you know?
Fasher's keybinds are definitely cursed, but they're all he's ever known. And they've never stopped him from popping heads at the highest level.
Yeah, he got at the door, but whoa, Fasher! It's his moment to step to the plate. It's his moment to be the hero. He doesn't realize the players drop down. No, he knows. He knows the audio cue giving up. He's chasing this. Snobbling can't get away. And it's just down to one. The ace clutch for Fasher. He's looking for the shot. He's got it as well.
Saya Player is a former Widowmaker god who made the switch to Valorant and helped make the Guard one of the best teams in North America last year.
Still stuck in these extremities, Saya Player coming up from Garage could actually save the Guards behind just a little bit here. Needs to find a route, needs to find some space for these players to make their way out of long, and it doesn't work! Trent's only able to get one, and now it's a 1v3 for Saya Player. It was only pistols that they had to deal with. Saya still dancing around this cage, down to 25 HP. Tripwire in his way too. Dashing in! Oh! What is he doing? Saya Player!
Saya and the Guard kicked off 2022 so well, they even managed to represent NA at Masters Reykjavik. But once Saya made it to the international stage, everyone noticed something weird about his setup.
What?
You in the dark too much. Of course not. Although it's fun to lie and say that you...
Wait, huh? This guy has a box? He has his mouse pad on top of a box? What?
Saya Player plays with his mouse up on a box. I was talking actually to the coach of the Guard, and MCE said it took him a little while actually to get used to playing when he was first scrimming here on a normal desk, because he uses his mouse so high up, like almost at head height.
That is ridiculous.
Saya was doing this back in his Overwatch days too, it just didn't quite catch everyone's attention the way it has in Valorant.
Saya's always played with his desk super high, and so we had to get him a box, but I never really thought anything of it until like recently.
The slow-paced nature of a attack FPS game like Counter-Strike typically means most pros play with low mouse sensitivity. But there's one Turkish opper who has flipped that standard on its head.
He's putting himself in a really troublesome position with this. I definitely agree, and he can't even blame anyone but himself. It's a nice flick to take down MBK. They've already got a smoke up. One more to follow it. Oh!
According to ProSettings.net, the average EDPI among Counter-Strike pros is currently 885. Walk6, on the other hand, is only a little bit higher. And when I say little bit, I mean it's 2,430.
He's definitely on the high side of the spectrum, way above average. And for a slower tactical-based game like CSGO, it's even more out of the norm.
Yep, this dude plays CSGO at the highest level with a sense that most people wouldn't even be able to control. And did I mention he does this left-handed? Part of the reason why Woxic plays on such a high sense is because he's used to playing on a tiny desk.
Is he really going to take this fight again? It's Krieg versus Zorp, and precise as always. An 11th for Woxic and a crucial opener for Mousesports. It was 6 in a row, and he's got 2 in a row. 4! Suck jumps into the jaws, and Woxic, he's so damn hungry here. He's had his dinner. And he's got 5! It doesn't matter where they come from.
Unique is one way to put it. A couple months ago at Blast Premier Groups, Halzerg brought out what Pimp called the worst crosshair we have ever seen in competitive Counter-Strike. It's definitely an ugly one, but I hate to say it, his crosshair wasn't the worst part of his setup.
Adios, amigo.
Wait, what?
I think Halzerg might have taken his hand off his mouse before winning the round.
Wait, what the f is that?
At IEM Katowice, fans caught a glimpse of his in-game resolution, and it's pretty cursed. Halzerg uses zero scaling in his NVIDIA display settings, so it's not a 1-to-1 ratio on CSGO. But are we really surprised this dude has a weird setup?
I'm gonna need me them ops.
And that's our list of some of the weirdest setups in esports. Personally, I use 6400 DPI, so roast me down in the comment section and take care of yourselves. I mean, that's the reason I play inverted on controller. It was because my sibling played inverted. And so when I would sneak up to their Xbox upstairs when I was younger, I just thought those were the right controls. I didn't know any better, and that's what I learned how to play. And so when I got my own Xbox when I was young, I was so confused as to why I was struggling. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, because I just thought that was normal. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like down to look up. And it's like, it's how I scroll on my computer, like everything like that. It's completely like, sorry, moved over to like, okay. Moved over to like what I do.